want, I have some German classes.
We speak English. We speak English.
No, because I have materials in German.
I see. Are you an antinatalist or something?
Yes.
Yeah?
Ah, you know the word.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my learned from Faculty of Philosophy.
Philosophy.
I have read this book because many, we already
Brittany that we've been born. Yeah, it's a South African author.
Yeah, David Benenthal.
Yeah. But
It's nice to see someone who knows the word.
Yes.
This is part of the the reason why I'm doing it, because people don't even know what the Antinatalist is.
Antinatalist.
Yeah.
Out of your Antinatalist, what your t-shirt says now?
I have another one.
Why not? Starting.
Yeah.
I like this.
This one? The environmental? Yeah. Many people find themselves inclined to the environmental argument, even though it's not exactly anti-natalist. It's more in the realm of overpopulation and harmful environments.
Why do you think antinatalism is like the remedy to ills of this world?
Because you are preventing the creation of a victim and a victimizer. Well, you can say that not if you disagree with Benenthal, you can say that it's not better never to have been, and you are not necessarily creating a victim, but you are necessarily taking a risk on someone else's life. You create a person, you necessarily gamble on the welfare of someone else. You put put someone else in harm's place. And this is morally wrong. Even if you disagree with Benenthal that it's necessarily the negative experiences outweigh the positive experiences. Or Schopenhauer, who said that the maximum well-being can only be neutral because every pleasurable experience is represented by a desire. You don't have to agree with that. You don't have to be a philosophical pessimist. You know, to agree with that. Yeah. The risk argument is enough. Is sufficient in my view. Not to mention the harm to others.
There's already a lot of people in the world.
This is another issue. Again, it's not exactly antinatalism. However, it's practically speaking, it's obvious. Without many people. So, do you study David Benenthal in philosophy?
No, I'm doing a completely different master program. It's called North American Studies. But my interest, like my learning interest, is in philosophy.
Personally.
But I appreciate what you're doing. You have a belief and you are defending it practically. But I have to disagree with you because life is something new. It's an amazing opportunity to be. And I'm also, my opinion is a great part influenced by philosophy, especially theistic philosophy. Theistic philosophy, even though it doesn't mean that there is a God or something. Right. But I believe that when it comes to the modality of existence, there are three types of existences. There is the necessary, and there is the possible, and there is the impossible. The necessary created himself or herself by himself is necessary for life to be in the first place. And the possible are like humans, trees, triangles, squares, etc. That's possible. But it needs the intervention of the necessary to come into being. And there is the impossible, like a unicorn, like a squared circle, stuff that are impossible, right? So I believe we have been given like a very precious chance to be here, to experience the sun.
But it didn't exist before you were given this chance. There wasn't me. So I wasn't given it.
How did you know that you wasn't?
It's impossible.
Maybe you
theoretically.
were, but it's
That's how I complete claim. It's not like there is, outside of existence, and people are here or like knocking on the door with this and saying, I really want to exist. I want to be happy. I want a chance to fulfill myself. No, they don't exist. They are nothing. They're not even nothing. There is no art that we can even speak of. There are no morally subjective, relevant persons, individuals, subjects of life that we can talk about. So this argument makes no sense. We don't give the non-existent nothing because they don't exist. You can't give something to someone who doesn't exist. You are, by procreation, by having babies, you are literally creating something. There was no one, and then you are creating it. So you can give them a chance to life.
doesn't
You are
create. In
creating them.
actuality, this is what we mean with different.
No, but they weren't there, so you don't give them anything.
No, in actuality, that baby doesn't exist. But in potentiality, it
But there
exists.
is no such a thing as potential people.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
Point me as a potential people, a potential person. There is no potential
If you
people.
if you don't believe in essences, I think our discussion here would be pointless. Because we need to have like some sort of ground to start.
I think you are right. I don't think that in a cosmological aspect
Not in a
there is a purpose or goal of life. It just happens.
No. Yes. But if you don't believe in essences like us, there are essences.
Essence you mean in a universal?
Universal essences, like if you want in Platonic parlance, forms. There are forms. There are
You really
essences.
believe in that?
I believe in that strongly. That's. I'm not an idealist. No, I'm not idealist. I'm not materialistic.
Okay.
I am half and half. I see the world as cannot be explained by purely materialistic phenomena.
Okay.
Purely materialistic methods. There is another part.
You know what? I'll work with that. Okay. But if
Just
you
like, I haven't finished.
Go ahead, yeah.
But if you are promoting antinatalism, I think the first like wise thing to do is to know what you are promoting.
Of course.
You need to be aware of what's antinatalism and its effect. For instance, when you come and you say that we have to stop procreation, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean? There is
We will
only
not
one.
create new persons.
There is only one result to that. It's a dead end. There is extension.
Of humans. There are plenty of other sentient beings on the earth. They are not only humans. This is very anthropocentric point of view.
When you
You
stop
think only humans have value?
That's beside the point.
Not at all.
That's beside the point.
Why?
We're talking about humans now.
No, we are not.
talking about animals.
No, I am talking about all sentient beings because all sentient beings are morally important.
sentient beings.
They are all subjects of life. They are all subjects of moral status. They have moral status. They are subjects of moral treatment. They deserve moral treatment.
That's why there is death. That's why there is death. Death is the natural solution to your problems.
Horrible solution.
No, it's
Read
a
the
natural
shirt.
solution.
When you
Death is a
create
natural
someone,
solution.
this is another argument against creating you a new person because you're necessarily killing someone.
No, if there was
But you
no
have to
death,
experience life and death.
was-
No, you
Maybe
don't.
there is something after death that
No, you don't
we
have
have
to
never
think
seen.
that. But even if you
have
think
to
that-
see that. For me, I believe in that. I have.
Look, I'm not.
I
Look,
feel-
this is not a suicide card. You know,
I
Antinatalist, you know it's
absolutely
not
understand. I
that.
understand what you mean. You are morally motivated. You
Right,
want to-
exactly.
Morally motivated. You are more Eastern than everything is suffering. Are you into Buddhism or something?
No, but I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of Buddhism. All sentient beings have consciousness, have feelings. We shouldn't harm them back. That's the meaning. That's the purpose of death. It's a natural thing. Purpose of death. Yeah. If there wasn't death, I wouldn't jump out of my bed in the morning. I have all eternity. Why would you come to
Yeah,
the
but this is
university
the best
today?
scenario. You are
not the best
imposed.
scenario.
You are imposed with death anxiety. Death anxiety is terrible. You are afraid to die all the time, and it affects your life on practical essence.
Absolutely. I know what you're talking about. There is this book, The Denial of Death, by Ernest Beacon.
Exactly, I read the book.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, you are very educated. That's nice.
I've read that. I've read that in many books about that. But death is essential to life. If there wasn't death, there would be
I
no
agree.
life.
That's one of the problems. Death is bad.
Why do you look at it as a
You
problem?
are
not as a
imposing
solution?
death. You are imposing death, but you're not only imposing death, you are also imposing death anxiety, which is more important because what I mean by that is that people are suffering for the fact that they know that their loved ones will die. And they fear of that all the time. They have a death anxiety in that sense because they are afraid that the people they love will die.
Yeah.
From a very early age.
Alright.
This is very troublesome.
16 years of certificate in the school. Alright. So they can leave a space for now.
All right. If you think death is very problematic
Yes.
and detrimental to this, and the anxiety is tormenting you on a daily basis, why don't you go and put yourself out of misery instead of?
Because I'm not miserable. I want to help those who are miserable. But I am negatively affected by death anxiety.
we have a
I am
saying.
miserable. I want to prevent the person who might be not miserable. Because as we said before,
Misery is part of
always-
life. It's part of life.
Exactly. Again,
Life. This
you're
is
only
not
strengthening my
anything.
argument.
It's not
If Misery, it's not heaven. That misery, if life was heaven, I wouldn't argue for antinatalism. I would advocate for antinatalism. It's exactly because it's not heaven, and I'm not saying it's hell. Again, I'm not entirely philosophically pessimist. However, it can be hell. And it is hell for many sentient
The
beings.
over is hell, like what you said.
Yeah.
The over, not life. The over. I feel you. I agree with you about this.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you are familiar with David Donatel's asymmetry argument. And I have another kind of version, a practical thought experiment. If you are creating 10 people and 9 of them will be happy but 1 will be miserable, and you decide not to create the whole 10, you are not depriving any of the 9 of anything. You are not depriving them of their potential happiness because there is no such. However, if you decide to create all 10, you will create 9 happy people, but you will be responsible for the misery of 1. So if you are not depriving any of the ones who will be happy by deciding not to create them, you are not doing anything wrong for the 9 who will be happy, but you are doing something wrong for the one who may be miserable, who will be miserable in this scenario that I just described, then you are doing something wrong.
Why do you think that that one person would be miserable?
No, I'm saying as a practical scenario. If you think that the ratio is not good enough, it's not accurate enough, let's go with 99 and 1. Doesn't matter. Let's go with 1 and 999. Doesn't matter. The ratio doesn't matter. It's the principle. If you are not depriving anyone from the good life that they may have if you created, but you are causing suffering to the one who will be miserable, you shouldn't do it. That's the argument. It's in principle, it's not statistical argument.
I know. Aren't you a little bit disturbed by the idea that this thought experiment might instill in you a feeling, totally erroneous feeling, about what actually is?
No, I think the ratio is quite accurate. Don't you think that one person out of 100 is miserable? I think it's pretty accurate. Statistically, it's pretty accurate. Maybe even worse, probably worse.
When I read the book by Bentham, I don't remember the author. I was almost into it. I was on my
I'm glad to hear it.
It has some very convincing arguments,
Right.
absolutely very compelling. But it's not a disadvantage. When I read the book, I go and read its critique.
Right.
I read it.
It's very helpful. It's intellectually honest. You should do that.
The critique was more eye-opening, was more convincing.
Really?
And I started thinking, if we all promote anti-natalism, why are we distinguishing? And there is doubt. We have the saying in my country that a drowning man or a woman, when he's drowning, tries to save himself by grabbing a straw.
Right.
You know, there is the urge to live, the urge to experience
Of
life.
existing people, not of non-existing people. Again,
There is no such thing as existing people in
Exactly,
actuality.
exactly. So you're not depriving them of anything. Why put someone in a place that they will have to hang into the straw because of his urges? This is wrong. We don't want people to be drawn in straw and then to have to hang to the straw.
You are defending the idea that there is no need to this existing.
Right?
Really?
I don't think that non-existent is good because again, no one can be. No one can be non-existent. There is no such thing. Philosophically speaking, there is no such provision that someone can be. No one can be non-existent. So it's not that it's better. That existence is very, very, very. Some people, it doesn't know many others. But
Non-existent. At least the existence therefore address things,
doesn't
something.
you are not saving someone when you are keeping them in the non-existence. This scenario is impossible. It's theoretically impossible. It's a policy, it's a logical policy. There is no such a position to be as non-existent. It's not that. I want to prevent them from existence because their existence may be very, very different. That's it. It's existence that the world is very dangerous and violent, and I want to prevent more people to be harmed by this violence. Very
Nowadays in the world, the violence, the miserable things.
Everybody
Find the
says that
solution
we are not solving any problem.
reduce maybe
We are not solving any problem. We are still fighting each other all the time. We are still in racist society. We are still exploiting each other. We are creating more weight slaves who have to work so they can survive.
Absolutely, yeah, the world is not a perfect place.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Place, absolutely, but it's still good.
If it's good for you, you know, enjoy your life. Just don't put others in harm's place. That's what I'm asking. You can have your the time of your life.
I'm pretty sure that when my kid will be born,
Yeah.
and when he's like 10, 12 years old, and he starts like to get hold of stuff around him, he's gonna thank me. He's gonna thank me. Even if his life was like life has its ups and downs. Sure. Absolutely.
Right. If it had all the ups,
ups and
I
downs.
wouldn't argue for
Oh,
antinatalism.
that's impossible. That's very idealistic of you
Again,
to
you
think
are
that.
strengthening my argument.
Very
This is the
idealistic.
point.
Maybe we will enjoy that in heaven. That's why we have heaven.
If you have.
Eternal bliss. That was very nice talking to you.
You too. I appreciate your very intellectually honest and open.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your belief.
Have a nice day, yeah?